Hey guys, and welcome back to Mondays with me, Dr. Crystal. So today is a very special edition of Mondays with Dr. Crystal. Way back at the beginning of the year, before we knew what craziness 2020 would bring, I was asked to give the commencement speech at my former high school. It really just took me by surprise because it's such a huge honor, and I like to think I'm still young. So, I don't know, I had imagined maybe one day giving a graduation speech. I just didn't think it would be so soon. So since that time, as you all know, things have gotten pretty crazy, and so my speech got moved to virtual, where all the students would be in a parking lot and their graduation was on a big screen with some people on the stage. But anyways, I was super excited to give this speech and I'm pretty proud of it, so I wanted to share it with you guys. And I hope you enjoy.
Guess I can get rid of this since it looks like you're all properly socially distancing. I'm Crystal, class of 2006. Thank you so much for having me. Class of 2020. Wow, congratulations. Today is huge. I'm sorry we can't all be together, but that does not take away the importance of this day. What it does take away is my ability to say my originally planned first line, which was, I remember when I was sitting where you are today. Because obviously, I've never been in your car. So maybe not literally, but figuratively, I do actually remember sitting where you are. At the end of high school, trying to envision what the future had in store for me. At that point, I thought life couldn't get any better. I had just been newly crowned FRCHS 2006 class clown and was looking forward to a summer of relaxation before heading off to Central Michigan to become the first in my family to attend college. Fire up chips, and please, accept my condolences if you plan to become a Bronco in the fall. When I was asked to give this speech, my first thought was, there is no way I'm qualified to do this. I'm 31 years old and still eat Lunchables every day. A lot of days I still feel like a kid. Then I thought back to being 17, sitting in my cap and gown, and all of the lessons I've learned since then and realized, maybe I do have some valuable things to say to all of you. Now I promise to keep this short, because literally nobody likes a long graduation speech, but I want to talk to you briefly about something I think everyone wants to know about: how to have a successful life. Now, what does it even mean to be successful? Am I successful? I'm working my dream job, have an amazing life, and I have 50,000 followers on TikTok. To me, heck yeah, I feel successful. My mom didn't graduate high school, became a hairdresser, which she loved, and then gave up her career to spend much of her life as a stay-at-home mom. Is she successful? I asked her this question while writing this speech, and she said, and I quote, "Yes, loving your job is successful, because if you love your job, you never work a day in your life." And that's the truth. I have two beautiful, smart, thoughtful daughters. If you raise good kids, that's success. She then proceeded to tell me about all of the guys who sent her fish pics on dating apps, which obviously is not relevant, so I'll stop the quote there. Even within the same family, what constitutes success can be extremely different to each individual. What I've learned is that your success can only be measured by you. I know what you're thinking. Okay, Crystal, this is all way easier said than done. Everyone can't just go do what they want to do. There are barriers: money, time, grades, the list goes on and on. I know, and I agree. Believe me, if I had my way, I wouldn't be a doctor. I would be playing professional basketball right now. Now, I was a pretty good basketball player in high school, but I'm also 5'4", built like a twig, and have no left. So I had to find another way to combine my skills with my passions. I've always been good at science, and some might say that I am borderline obsessed with sports. So I decided to use my aptitude for science to become a physician, and now I'm the team doctor for 7 Division I athletic teams. I love what I do. I am successful. You can do this too. I'm serious. Everyone does not have the same skills. Use yours to your advantage. Combine what you're good at and what you're passionate about. For a lucky few, they're the same thing. For most of us, we have to get creative. I am begging you, do not let society define success for you. You don't have to be a doctor, a lawyer, a professional athlete to be successful. Live a life that you're proud of. Write your own definition of success. In truth, I think it's hard to measure the success of a life until the end of it. And in my profession, I've had the privilege of caring for multiple people at the end of their lives. The best teacher I've ever had, Mr. McMahon, used to answer student questions from an extraneous question box at the end of class in this very high school. One day, he pulled a slip of paper out of the box, and it said, "What is the meaning of life?" Now I know the goal was to stump him and to leave him without an answer to give, but Mr. McMahon answered the question. I'm probably paraphrasing because it's been almost 15 years, but he said, "I think the meaning of life lies in relationships. Think of the best day of your life and the worst day of your life," and I'm guessing they had to do with your relationships with other people. It stuck with me, but I don't think I truly understood it then. I do now. I've been with patients on their deathbed, and I've told family members that their loved one wasn't going to make it. At the end of someone's life, zero of the conversation is about what they accomplished in their career or how much money they earned. What people talk about are family, friends, and the memories they've made along the way. Don't neglect the people in your life to chase dollar signs, power, or glory, because I do believe that these relationships are the most important part of leading a successful life. Whew, whoa, that got deep for a hot second. Those who know me know I like to keep it light, so let's turn this around and wrap it up because I see some of you nodding off in your cars. If you haven't started planning for your future, I challenge you to start today. You might change your mind 100 times, and that's okay, but start. The blueprint for my dreams started right here too, in little old Flat Rock. Some may look at coming from this tiny school as a barrier to success, but I don't see it that way, not at all. I had amazing teachers who mentored me, who pushed me to be better, do more, dream bigger, outside of the limits of this small city. I knew every single person in my graduating class. That is special. Out of the rest of the world that isn't Southeast Michigan, I promise you, nobody knows where the heck Flat Rock is. Use that as an advantage. You've gotten a solid education, yet have no pressure or expectation based on where you came from. That is a gift. There's a saying we have in med school. You know what they call the person who graduates last in their med school class? They call them doctor. I think you can translate a similar message to high school. Some of you are graduating with a 4.0, and some of you barely scrape by. Some of you love the last 4 years, and some of you can't wait to get out of here. And today, none of that matters. Today, we call you high school graduates. You have a clean slate to start your new chapter, and only you can choose what to write in it. Do what fulfills you. Do what makes your heart happy. Nurture the relationships with the ones you love. And with that comes success. Congratulations, class of 2020, and forever, go Rams.